All right, so it's been over 5 years since the original Adidas Ultraboost came out, and I feel like they really changed the landscape of sneakers in what we have today in 2020. This sneaker's primary focus was for performance running, but obviously we know that it took on its own persona as a lifestyle sneaker. And if you're anything like me, you've been chasing that feeling of cloud-like sensation the very first time you put on your Adidas Ultraboost. And I've been searching in many different sneakers and different brands to try to get some sort of similar sensation and maybe even a better sensation on feet than the original Adidas Ultraboost. Nowadays, all these other sneaker brands are releasing their own technology of sneakers, and they have a lot of comfort involved. Primarily, all of them are actually focused on running as well, but I've been trying to bridge the gap, lifestyle and running, with a lot of the brands that I'm going to be showing you guys. And since that $150 price point seems to be the sweet spot, I wanted to go ahead and do my top 10 most comfortable sneakers under $150. So let's go ahead and get in the video. What is going on, guys? Hess here, collectivekicks.com. If you guys want to shop this week's top sneaker deals that I post for you guys on a weekly basis, check out the link in the description. Also, if you guys want to buy any of the sneakers I'm going to be talking about in this video, links are also in the description. This video is going to be sponsored by Dashlane. If you don't know what Dashlane is and you are into sneakers like myself, then I highly recommend you going and downloading it. Paid promo or not, this is a really useful tool that I've found personally for the last couple months that I've been using it. And it's a free service that actually has a lot of different benefits. The first one being a password manager for all your sneaker sites that you guys frequent on a regular basis. And if you have multiple users on multiple accounts, it can save all of those obviously as well. It also autofills all your personal information and payment details on the websites that you frequent for your sneaker releases. But to me, the reason why Dashlane has a lot of value is because it is shareable across all of your different devices and browsers. So I have a work laptop, I have my MacBook that I edit my videos on, I have my cell phone, and even on my wife's cell phone if I try to get sneakers on her phone. If I use Dashlane, it saves all my personal information across all of the platforms. That way, Apple doesn't remember and Google doesn't remember separately, and then one has my old password, one has my new one, and I'm getting a shock drop from Travis Scott, but I'm out and about on my cell phone, clicking on a Twitter link or something like that, and then Safari doesn't have my pre-fill, but my home laptop does. That's literally a problem that it solves for myself, is that it gives you the opportunities and at-bats to be able to try to copy sneakers in more of a fair playing field in today's environment. But it is also saved in a safe and secure location, which is important also in 2020, especially things with like the StockX hack that happened this last year. You can actually create complex passwords in Dashlane as well, which is also super powerful. Since the passwords are already being saved in Dashlane, you don't have to remember them. So you could stop using password 123 with a capital P. It's 2020, you should probably use like a really secure password, and something like Dashlane can create that for you. I believe that is part of their premium service though. They do have a premium service, and if you guys actually use my link in the description, it saves you 25% off of your premium service. So definitely worth checking it out. At least download it and get the free version and do a little trial on it. I promise you it will save you some time, and once you get everything set up, it's really nice to have them manage everything for you. Jumping into the video, I wanted to throw a disclaimer out there that obviously comfort is subjective. My 2 feet are different than your 2 feet. I have like really flat Asian feet. Like my wife makes fun of my kids because they have my feet and they're really flat, and she has like a mega high arc, super sexy little high arc on her foot. But yeah, I got a club foot. So my foot is different than your foot. What I feel is comfortable is probably not going to match what you guys feel is comfortable. So these recommendations and the top 10 is just based on my personal experience. So starting off at the 10th spot, we have a sneaker most of you guys are probably not familiar with. This is a Brooks Glycerin 18 featuring that DNA Loft technology. And I did a separate video on these already, and it's a really interesting technology. I mean, it honestly just feels like they went and tried to create a lighter version of their DNA technology. And this one is supposed to be softer and squishier and has more cushion than the DNA amp. I have to say it's a decent shoe. At first when you try it on, you're like, yeah, this is not bad. I get it. Like, it's a comfortable shoe. It's pretty comfortable when you put it on too, because it's really well cushioned on the inside of the liner. It's really plush and soft, and I mean, it really feels like pajamas on your feet. But then once you try some of the other ones out in this top 10, you're like, these ones are okay. Like, it kind of sucks to say that because this is a decent shoe, but when you have so many other shoes out there, like, there's a lot more that I'd prefer, which is the reason why this one is at the number 10 spot. Not the most attractive looking sneaker in my opinion, but at the end of the day, comfort is king. So even if it was unattractive, I would still probably rock it if it was really comfortable. However, this one's just par. The retail on this one is $150, and I would say that they do fit true to size. This is just my opinion though. Moving on to the number 9 spot, we have the Saucony Triumph 17, and this one features the Power Run Plus technology on it. Definitely the closest thing this reminds you of is Adidas Boost. It has the TPU type pellets that are fused together just like Adidas Boost, and I thought at first that this was Everrun technology, which is actually their older technology. It's definitely a comfortable shoe, and again, the traction on this one is actually really good as well. This one has the same sort of feel as that Brooks Glycerin though, which I don't really love. The overall look of the shoe is super ugly to me. It gives me like a granddad like vibe that I'm going to see in like Hawaii, walking on the boardwalk or something like that, walking these. That's what I picture with somebody in these shoes. But regardless of that though, it's a really well cushioned shoe. As you can see, the stack is pretty massive. The collar is a little bit weird, and same as the Brooks shoe, this is like really plush and soft. And both of the shoes like are kind of very similar to each other. I would say that this one is more comfortable though, which is why it's in the number 9 spot instead of the number 10. But again, not the most attractive shoe on the market, and it's not the softest as well. Adidas Boost originally was really soft and cloud-like, but now there's a lot of other technologies that are a lot softer in my opinion and more cloud-like feeling. And this one reminds me of kind of that legacy Adidas Boost. So it's kind of 5 years late to the game with the compound that they created. But I will say, to transition, they do have this shoe right here. This is Endeavour Pro, and I have a video on this. If it's not out yet, it will be out soon. But I didn't know that the foam on this is actually different than the foam on this. This is more in line with what I would want to see. And if they released this foam on a $150 runner without the rocking carbon fiber or like TPU plate in the inside of the midsole, I think that would be the winner that I would really like the best. So this is actually Power Run PB. This is Power Run Plus. So they are different. This one is a $200 shoe. This one is $150. But overall, a lot of runners actually really like this shoe. So if you guys are actually runners out there and you think I'm doing a disservice to any of the sneakers that I'm mentioning in this video, drop a comment in the comment section that you have the shoes and you really like running in them, to let other people know from that perspective, because I'm only giving it from a comfort and squishing perspective from what I always say. So that's the number 9 spot. All right, so the number 8 spot actually goes to this ASICS sneaker known as the Nova Blast, featuring the Fresh Foam Blast technology in the midsole. The midsole is just crazy looking. I mean, honestly, these are actually pretty decent on feet. The foam is pretty soft, and the angles that are cut into the midsole make it so you can feel the squish of the midsole as you're stepping, more so than I guess you could if they didn't have the weird little curvature and the weird little design. But style-wise, I think that the shoe looks pretty cool as well. And I got a true to size on these ones also. Retail is $130, so they're under the $150 price point, which is actually a plus. All in all, it's a pretty comfortable pair of sneakers, though. You could feel the midsole comfort quite a bit. I recently did a review on a different pair of ASICS shoes that had the rolling technology, and those ones were terrible. I sent those ones back. I think it's probably an acquired taste for those people that get those ones and give it a try. But comfort-wise, these ones are good, though, and the price is actually really decent at $130. Number 7 spot goes to a pair of Skechers. Skechers beat out some of the competition, and in fact, some people might actually put this higher on the list than the other ones that I'm going to be talking about. I think maybe the stigma of the shoe is part of the reason why I put it even lower than it probably deserves. This is actually a really good shoe, and it's really comfortable. So this is a Skechers Go Run Max Road 4. I mean, I hate this shoe so much, I don't even remember the name of it. It features the Hyper Burst technology, which is definitely an elevated version from the original Skechers Burst. If you don't know, I've actually done a review of the Skechers Burst years and years ago. It was like a mock textured midsole that made it look like it was like Boost, but not pellets. It was just the texture on the it was terrible. But this though is actually real technology involved to make this Hyperburst midsole, and it's crazy. Like the way that they make it, it starts off as a baby midsole, and then they put it through like a pressure cooker, and it poofs up and makes this crazy cell-like midsole that's really soft and squishy. And because of the way they lay out the bottom of the shoe, you can feel the squish in every step with these shoes. The upper is just like a one-piece knit upper sort of thing, like we've seen in a lot of the shoes that we're going to have here. And there's some stretch around the collar and everything. I mean, all in all, the upper is meh, but the midsole is where the magic happens, and surprisingly good for what it is. I can't believe, again, this is in the countdown. If you tried these though, leave a comment and let others know, just so they don't think that I'm paid from Skechers or something like that. But the price on these originally were like $125 or so, and I have to say it was decent. Like for performance wise and for comfort, these things are actually really comfortable. Yikes. Can you take this channel seriously still? I don't know, but these ones are decent. Number 7 spot. And here we are again with an interesting one. The number 6 spot actually goes to the Allbirds Treehuggers. Just kidding. The Tree Dashers. So these are actually shoes that are made from eucalyptus trees, sugarcane, and then also wool. Those are like 3 of the main components. It's kind of gimmicky, and I've done a full breakdown review of these as well as like all of the other shoes that are out here. But this is actually a pretty comfortable shoe, and I have to say it's good. Like, I'm shocked to say it. The price point is $125 on these, but this upper is actually really soft and it feels really good on feet. These are shoes you can wear with or without socks, and it's comfortable, to be honest. The midsole is actually sweet foam, which is super sweet. No, it actually is made from sugarcane, and obviously they use rubber stuff as well, but surprisingly comfortable on feet. They definitely remind you of Infinity React, as I already mentioned, the shape of the shoe, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. But I would say that these are pretty comfortable, and they have a really fun and original story to tell with them also. They are a bit wide foot friendly also. As you can see, the base of the shoe is actually pretty big. Number 5 spot goes to a pair of New Balance. This is with the fuel cell technology. It's called the Rebel. And these ones actually you could get for like probably $90 nowadays. But they retailed, I believe, at 120-ish or so dollars. The midsole is really soft and squishy though. Like, I was honestly really surprised on how good this midsole was. New Balance has a lot of different technologies out there, and it seems like they make new updated versions of the technologies all the time, Fresh Foam and Fresh Foam X and so on. But this fuel cell is actually really soft and squishy. I didn't think that they would feel as good on feet as they did. I don't really love the upper, and the tongue is a little bit snug across the top for me, but the midsole itself is like magical. It felt really good. Also, these are really light, probably the lightest out of the group. I mean, these are actually really light too, the Skechers joints right here. So both of these are crazy light in comparison to some of the other ones out here. But midsole, a crazy squish on the midsole. If you haven't tried it, I mean, if you really like that squish down effect on the shoe, on your step, like, these definitely have a lot of squish. Surprised that New Balance is making such good stuff, and this one took the number 5 spot. Number 4 spot goes to the Nike Pegasus 37. The improvements that they've made on this shoe from the previous version are like tailoring them more towards my feet and the style of comfort that I like on my sneakers. The primary differences that I made from the previous, I've covered a bunch of different videos. They made the zoom stack top loaded in the forefoot of the shoe, and then also made the rest of the midsole Nike React, which means it's soft and squishy and pretty durable as well. All in all, this is definitely better than the previous version. Retail is 120 and true to size on these ones as well. In fact, all the shoes that I have on this countdown are, I would say, true to size 9.5. But these ones are good, and if you like Nike Pegasus, this is a great all-around shoe, as I mentioned in the reviews as well. It's one that you can wear casually, but also serious runners run in the Nike Pegasus. It's not the lightest shoe out here, but it's not heavy by any means. And for that $150 price point, you do have some other contenders. The one that I think is really underrated and has more soft, squishy feel on feet than even these ones is the Cruiser ones. These ones are amazing for $150. I've seen them as low as $60 on sale, which has been nuts. Anytime I find them on a really good deep discount, I try to post them for you guys on my website, Collective Kicks. But these ones are really good, comfort-wise, midsole-wise, the squish is there. And then also, even though these are out of the price range, these ones are $160 instead of $150. They have been on sale for lower than $160 though, so I wanted to mention it. The Infinity Reacts. This is one of the better shoes from Nike, in my opinion, from comfort and squishy feel. The midsole is really good, and I've done quite a few videos, including after wearing these for like 3 months, because I've worn these a lot. The midsole is really good, and it's felt in the forefoot more so than some of the other ones. The Epic React is an example. I couldn't feel the React in the forefoot of the shoe. The Infinity React, however, I can. It's definitely a wide base and sticks out on the back a little bit. And as I was mentioned, that Allbirds look really kind of has that same shape as the Infinity React. So I know it's the number 4 spot for one shoe, and these are the 3 that I would mention. For the price point, the Pegasus are the best bang for the buck. If you can afford and get these ones, I would personally prefer the Infinity React, just because I think that the squish on the midsole is better on this than the Pegasus 37, but all of them are really good, to be honest. All right, moving on to the number 3 spot. I'm cheating a little bit here because the ultraboost is $180 at retail, and this is supposed to be $150 roughly retail. But the bottom line is you can get these for under $150 a lot of the time. In fact, I've seen them on sale as low as $80-something that I've posted on sale. But the Adidas Ultraboost 20 is one of my favorite shoes of the year still. The 19s were also really good. Even though the prices are super deep discounted from time to time, it's worth picking them up if you can see them for that price point. Anything less than half price, I think, is a good deal. I think they're really comfortable. I really like this version, the regular Adidas Ultraboost 20, and this is the one that goes on sale the most. The Adidas Boost midsole is the one that I've grown to love and appreciate through the years here, starting with this original Ultraboost. Now we have these that are 20% more boost in them, and it's definitely more felt, more comfortable than the original Ultraboost. So if you've gone to Ultraboost and then fell off the wave because they weren't popular again, now you're just rocking Jordans, try a pair of these out, at least for your gym and your grocery store runs. It's totally worth it. But also, Adidas does have 2 other versions of Ultraboost that I've reviewed on my channel. They have the Ultraboost PB as well as the Ultraboost Summer Ready. And all 3 of these, I think, are dope shoes. I'd say the Summer Readies are my favorite looking. This colorway is super magical to me. I love this Volt black colorway. Super nice. And then these are also really decent as well. The upper is a little bit more stiff than I would prefer, which is the reason why I actually like the regular Ultra Boost 20s better, because I like the prime knit upper on this. It's nice and soft and squishy comparison to the other two. But the midsole is exactly the same on all three of these, and you can't really go wrong with any of them. But primarily, I'm mentioning the Ultra Boost 20. One of the best shoes of the year, in my opinion, especially when they come down in price. All right, so moving on to the number 2 spot on the countdown. Should be no surprise for those people that have been on my channel for a while. But the Pegasus Turbo 2, the Pegasus Turbo 1 as well. They're both really amazing shoes. One of my favorite shoes from last year, 2019, and one of my favorite shoes from 2020 as well. The midsoles on these are amazing. I wish Nike would make more shoes like these, honestly. But, you know, they focus on their runners and not their lifestyle guys like this, I guess, which is fair. I know a lot of people that have actually ran quite a bit in these, but they're super lightweight and they have a decent upper, nothing super amazing in the upper. It's decent, but the midsole is where the magic happens. It's a dual density foam midsole, Nike React, and then the Nike Zoom X on the top. The Zoom X is a lighter, like really fluffy material, and it's kind of weaker, unfortunately. But the pairing of the two technologies on my feet, like, is magical. Like, it's such a good feeling with the Zoom X and the React. But these are some of my favorites. I know some people do have problems with the heel section right here breaking off or splitting, and that's unfortunate. Hopefully they fix that going forward. But other than that, these things are amazing. Now, again, a little bit cheating. The retail on these do retail at $180, but they're always on sale for under $180. The women's colorways, they have $100 right now. So can't say enough good things on how these feel, at least on my feet. So the Pegasus Turbo 2 is the number 2 spot on the countdown, which is surprising that it's not number 1, but we have a new contender for this year that I absolutely love for the number 1 spot. So if you guys have enjoyed the video thus far, if you guys could take a minute and please hit that thumbs up button, it means a lot for the YouTube algorithm, as Graham Stephan says. But I do appreciate when you guys click that like button. It shows that you guys have been engaged and you got to this part of the video. To have me say, please do that, that would be nice. Before we drop the number 1 spot, though, there are a few runner-ups. I'm just going to go over them very, very quick. For the Light Strike technology on the SL20s, if you like a lightweight, well-cushioned shoe, these ones are really good for the price point. These ones could have been on the countdown as well, but the midsole, the Zig technology on the Reebok Kineticas are a little bit firmer than what I personally prefer. But if you like that firmer comfort, these things are amazing. Style-wise, I say these are probably top 3 of all the shoes that you've seen out here. I love the way that these look. Price points of these are around $120 as well. Another runner-up is the Mizuno Wave Horizon 4. These are interesting. The midsole is actually decent. It's softer, but I don't know. I just didn't really like the shoe that much. At the end of the day, it still is pretty decent on feet. If you didn't have any of these other options out there, you'd put these on and go, these are good, they're comfortable. But now that we have all these other ones, it's like, okay, yeah, these ones fall to the back of the bus, unfortunately. And I still haven't tried the Cliftons or the Bondies from Hoka, but I do have these right here, the Stinson ATR 5s. This is the one that I did a video on that Virgil Abloh was wearing. These shoes, these are just crazy big. They're comfortable, it's cloud-like, it's cushiony, but I don't like the rocker motion on these shoes. Personally, that's why they're not in my top 10. But the cushioning is crazy. I'm sure the Cliftons or the Bondies are better. I plan on getting them when they have the 7s releasing. I don't know when that's going to be happening, though, so I'm waiting for the 7s. So that brings us to the number 1 sneaker on that countdown, and here we have it, the New Balance 1080 V10 with Fresh Foam X. This sneaker is by far my favorite sneaker of the year with regards to comfort. Like, it's unbelievably good. The Fresh Foam X is amazing. If you've tried Fresh Foam and it was okay, try this Fresh Foam X and I think you're going to be amazed as well. The stack of Fresh Foam on here is ridiculously big and it goes all the way through the forefoot of the shoe, which is ridiculously big as well. I got a wide foot friendly version, which is also a big plus that they had wide options. A lot of these running shoes from the smaller brands actually offer wide versions as well, so that is awesome. But these ones feel great on feet with the wide version for myself. The forefoot squishing is amazing. The heel toe transition has squishing the entire transition. It's just so squishy and good feeling. The upper looks okay. There's some design elements I don't like, but I do like that they have an detached tongue, which is one of my favorites, and it's soft and it's squishy, but not overly ridiculously padded like some of the others, like the Sauconys and the Brooks. The heel cup design is actually really functional as well. It feels good. I mean, all in all, these were my favorite shoes of the year so far with comfort. So definitely highly recommended for myself for that number 1 spot. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about these from the casual sneaker side, to be honest. And if you like that Ultra Boost sensation the very first time you put them on, you're going to love these shoes. Trust me, it brought me back. I put these on, I was just mind blown. I was like, these well exceeded my expectations of what New Balance was offering. And it really put them on the map for me to go, okay, I got to start paying attention to those guys. Like, that's what a Boost did for me 5 years ago with the Ultra Boost. That's what New Balance has done to me with these shoes. And I do have other New Balance shoes as well. Obviously, you saw the fuel cells. I also do have a pair of 990 V5s. 990s are great as well for that retro sort of vibe, but these are crazy good comfort. Highly recommended for the #1 spot. But that is my list for my top 10 comfort sneakers for under 150 bucks. What do you guys think? Drop a comment in the comment section. Some of the ones that I got right or wrong, other ones that you guys would have expected to see in this countdown. Maybe I missed some, really good possibility that I did. Also, if you guys want to buy any of the ones that I mentioned in the video, check the link in the description as well. But man, this was a fun video to make. Hopefully it gets a little bit of traction with YouTube. My videos have been really hit and miss with YouTube. It seems like sometimes they get traction, sometimes they don't. But it is what it is. I enjoy creating the content for you guys regardless. But have a good rest of the day out there. If you guys are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of when my videos are live. But we will see you guys hopefully for some more videos very soon. Peace, guys.